What's good, Liberators? Fingers here, and this is DX2 Demon Review, and today we are talking about the Silver God of Light, straight out of the Nordic pantheon, the Genma, Baldur. And while I am not overly impressed with his skill set, I wanted to talk about him because he is just bringing back that mid-90s boy band Chad energy. I mean, just look at this guy. The first time I saw him, all I could think of was back streets, back, all right. And I know a lot of dudes out there can make fun of him for singing and prancing around, but let's be real. Timberlake fucked, all right? He tore through half the Disney child star female lineup. That dude got around, and hey, I ain't gonna hate on him for it. And I'm not gonna pretend I'm not just a little bit jealous. Anyway, the god of light in Norse lore and son of Odin and Frigg. He is married to Nanna and has two brothers, Hod and Hermund, and a son named Forseri. I just love how a Nordic pantheon god, he sounds like, yeah, it's my brother Forseri. He's one of us or one of them. He's one of us. Don't worry. He was loved by all the gods, but after having a nightmare of his death, Frigg made all the plants and animals swear not to harm Baldur. Only the mistletoe was passed over, as it was too young. Hearing this, Loki tricked Hod into shooting a mistletoe at Baldur, which killed him. And how you kill someone with the mistletoe, I don't know, but hey, Hel promised to revive Baldur if every living thing cried for him, but the giantess Thok refused to weep. When it was found that Thok was Loki in disguise, the gods punished him. With the world's light gone due to the death of Baldur, it took its first steps toward Ragnarok. Fan-freaking-tastic. Let's check him out. Now, Baldur's stats are refried garbage. He's largely there to act in a support capacity, but you can crank his magic up to 195 with me, Thomas, which you probably should do. Other than that, a mishmash of vitality or agility, depending on how fast you want him to be. He's resistant to physical, which, as we all know, is useless. Resistant to electric, which, as we all know, is useless now. Drains light, weak to darkness. Okay, thematically appropriate. Let's check out these skills. The transferable light boost, an obvious one, plus 15% to light damage. Fan-freaking-tastic, thematically appropriate. And his first skill, Hamadine, which is the second strongest light magic single target attack with the power of 160. Okay, not bad. It's something for him to work with. As I see this guy only really being used in Demopocalypse, although perhaps I'm not thinking this through fully because his unique skill does have an interesting quirk to it, which is the only reason I really pulled him, because I like skills like this and I see them coming in handy at least at some point. God of Light. While the one with this skill is alive, all party members will receive the following effect. Reduces the cost of light skills by 1 MP and plus 5% to light damage for your entire team. And while the 5% of light damage is nice, I doubt you'll even notice it's there. The real money is this reduces the cost of light skills by 1, which is what I found interesting, and it's the only reason I pulled for him. I was hoping to get him on that first 500 gem pull, but wound up having to go to step 3 because this stubborn bastard would not show, so I had to go for the guaranteed. But hey, I digress. And honestly, I don't know where this would be useful in-game or in PvP as of yet. I took a look at all my demons with light skills, and I'm trying to think where something like this would come in handy. And outside of maybe taking like Mestema, who, if you level up her skill, his skill, I always thought that was a chick until SMT4, but His unique skill costs 6 MP. If you level it up, it'll bring it down to 5, so you could first turn drop that bomb in PvP with spell brands. So it's like, This allows you to use some light demons with spell brands instead of divine brands. Nothing's really popped in my head as of yet as to what this will be truly useful for. I see him as a good slot in for your light Dim Apocalypse team, and you can use him on the boss wave or the mob wave, whichever. You can slot him into either or. Speaking of which, I've got him in the Origami archetype, which conveniently comes with Mohammedan, the strongest light sweep attack with a power of 120. And always remember, he does not come naturally built in with light pierce, so this in PvP, But one interesting thing is Mohammedan costs 7 MP naturally, 6 MP in this case because it's an archetype skill, 5 MP because of God of Light, his unique skill. So that's interesting. You get a 5 MP Mohammedan, but his magic stat is refried garbage, so your mileage may vary. Transferable skills, I gotcha'd him with Thunderclap. If you're going to run him on the boss wave of Dim Apocalypse, then this is probably the way to go. Keep that on there. Why not? If you're going to run him in the mob wave, you got your Mohammedan already there, you take off Thunderclap, and you give him Serial Killer or Back Attack or anything that increases the damage. Light Amp, though I don't know why you would put that on him unless all your other light demons have got it already. It's a hard sell to put really heavy hitting skills on this guy, but there are plenty of cheapo ones that you can get away with if you're doing him on the boss wave of Dim Apocalypse. You got Assassin, which is pretty common, Back Attack, Merciless Blows, pretty common these days, that kind of thing, and that's why I have not slotted him with any skills as of yet, because once Dim Apocalypse rolls around, I'll see where he can slide in, but he could go both ways. Brands, spell brands, divine brands. I'm only thinking about this guy for Dim Apocalypse, but if you got some wacky ideas for PvP, equip him appropriately so he can function as you know how he should. As for the panels, Panel 1 activates the following chain effect. If the one with this skill dies, reduces attack, defense, and evasion accuracy of all enemies by 20%. Okay, so if he gets clipped, he debilitates the entire team. Pretty cool. Who knows? This guy could be the new level 1 X-Tab, where he's just there to die and cripple the opposing team. Panel 2 adds Light Pierce. However, it's Light Pierce weak. Damage dealt through this skill is reduced by 30% if the enemy has Null, Repel, or Drain Light. So the only thing it really pierces is resistance, and other than that, his already weak magic attack is going to be even weaker. I hate the weak pierce skills. I was so enamored by them when they first popped out, and then in practice they became so completely and utterly useless, except with a very, very select few demons. And panel 3, the big one and a great one, if you feel like dropping all those gems to get it, plus 10% 2 light damage dealt by all party members while the one with this skill is alive, piling on to God of Light's 5%, bringing it to 15% team-wide. So a little almost Terrakaja boost for your entire team, which, in the case of Dim Apocalypse, would be exceptional. And before we wrap it up for this silver bomber here, and I do really like his design, I'll give him that. I like the pose, I like the design. I've always preferred silver to gold, personally. So, as for the archetypes, Origami, Mohammedan, which we discussed, and I think is the big winner of the day. For the Protector archetype, we got the War Dance, increases own party's attack and defense by 20%. Okay, combine that with this panel 1 where he buffs your attack and defense and then completely debilitates the opposing team. I could see it, and since his magic set is trash anyway, and if you just want to use him in that support capacity where he's enabling your light attackers, that 1 MP reduction, hey, I can see it. I can see it working just fine. And a rare loss for the psychic archetype, Void Dark Zones. Okay, I mean, that's... I running this guy in Aura Gait. I mean, his agility is kind of middling. And I know a lot of... I don't even see... The top floor Aura Gait 2 these days is mainly lightning weaknesses, if memory serves. So this, I don't get it. I don't. Though I guess thematically appropriate, right? God of Light, Void's Dark Zones. So if you're really into hardcore SMT RP, go for it. And the Elementalist archetype, Null's Dark. I'm not a fan of Elementalist archetypes, but it does cover the dark weakness, so it does eke out the psychic archetype. No, it doesn't just eke out, it flat out crunches the psychic archetype in terms of functionality. And that is about all I have to say for Baldur and his exceptional gait. Look at that gait. It is a remarkable gait. Don't get captured.